Hello, everyone. I just wanted to confirm that you all can hear me right now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, here we go on to the pretest. Just send Carrie your answers. Okay, number one, sign language is A grammatical language, B, a visual language, C, a cultural language, or D, all of the above.
If you guys could wait on answering question number 2 until we get to question number 2, that would be great. It just makes it a lot easier for me. Thank you. All right, Crystal's going to read question 2 now.
Number two, it is easy and quick to learn sign language. True or false?
Moving to question 3.
For a child with a hearing loss, speech usually begins A, immediately upon hearing sounds, B, when they learn language, C, between the age of 1 and 2, or D, never. Number 4. Sign language. A. Improves cognitive skills. B. Confuses children. C. Cannot be learned at the same time as spoken language. Or D. None of the above. Number 5. Parent guides may share their own experience if asked about sign language. True or false? Number 6. From families of PGS, the question, what about sign language? A. Is never asked. B. Can be asked. C. Should be expected. Or D. Is not an important question. As parent guides, we become familiar with the mission statement for Guide by Your Side program. One of the main factors that we take pride in is the fact that we are a group of individuals who have the same common ground of children with hearing loss. However, remaining unbiased about certain topics that may be presented to us by families who need our emotional support can be difficult when we don't have all the information we may want or need about certain topics. Balancing our experience along with what we know would help us to remain unbiased and give emotional support to families with children who have hearing loss. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but this question has come up quite often for me. At the end of this presentation, feel free to share if you have been approached with the same question from your families. It's very good practice for us to remain unbiased and stick with giving facts about sign language when asked about sign language. What do you do when asked your opinion about sign language? Does this mean you will suddenly become biased when you share your opinion? The best advice I have is to continue to stick with the facts. You may share your experience with your child, but be very sure not to give out an opinion. because we are not here to debate with families, but instead hear them out and see where they are on their communication journey. And when needed, give them the facts and resources they may need about sign language. One fact you can share with them. Are different researches about sign language communication. This resource was found from the American Society for Deaf Children, and this website can give families many answers that maybe you feel you cannot. The website is deafchildren.org. This is one of the top consistent research that many parents find relief with because it includes children with cochlear implants, which many of our families have. When they see there is a connection with sign language and cochlear implants, it is amazing to see the relief that comes in their eyes, and that is where we as PGs can just continue to give support emotionally and physically. Another fact that comes as a relief for many parents is finding out there are more than one way to communicate with your child, and one language does not have to be excluded for another mode of communication if sign language is used. Let me pause right here to make sure you are still with me because the interpreter says it is really silent in here.
Yes, we're with you.
Okay, moving on. Another fact that many of us probably know, but not many families know, is that each child is different. Sign language is a process. It is not easily learned. It takes time to adapt to the language and to learn the language. Truth be told, a large percent of parents are told when their child does not pass the universal newborn hearing test that they must choose a communication mode over the other. Research has proven that this is not true. You are not stuck with one method for the rest of your life. From the Deaf Bilingual Coalition organization, they verify also the process of learning signs, which verifies that it is not possible to be stuck with one mode of communication when a child has a hearing loss. It is okay to open the door to other modes of communication and not have to worry about speech being imposed upon. Sign language fact. It's another form of education for children. The website for this resource is dbcusa.org. Aha, there you have it. This applies for both hearing children and children with hearing loss. Studies have shown there's no difference in when speech usually begins. Therefore, using sign language at an early age for either hearing or deaf children enhances cognitive thinking skills. Many parents often ask about sign language for this specific reason, to reduce communication frustrations. Research has shown that parents and children who communicate with sign language have a reduced percentage of frustrations. For those of you who don't know, the child in the picture is signing a universal sign of I love you. Learning one language does not interfere with learning a second language. And oftentimes, the child will choose which mode of communication to use at different times. You have learned some facts. You have been given resources. You may also have some experiences with sign language or lack thereof. Regardless, if you are directly asked, it is okay to share your experience. Do not ignore this topic. It is often a crossroad for many parents when facing communication decisions for their child. They feel like a huge weight has been placed on them. We, as parent guides, are expected to share our experiences, but do so in an unbiased way. This may be a challenge for some of us, which is how having facts and resources comes in handy. A family can become a member of the American Society for Deaf Children for the first year free at no charge. The Illinois Association for the Deaf works closely with Choices and Guide by Your Side and Early Intervention. Families may be referred to them for legislative help with their children. DBC USA has a great video for parents on their homepage through the child's eyes. Many parents, when they ask the question about sign language, I often just show them this video. These are resources available for learning sign language or being exposed to sign language if the family wishes to have more information on that. Because we are running out of time, I would like to advise you to watch this video on your own at your own time. Feel free to share this video with your families too. There is a Spanish version available too. This may be a sticky topic, but giving facts and sharing resources, all with a positive attitude, really does wonders. Thank you for your time, and now as we move on to the post-test, please send your answers to Carrie. Number 1, sign language is a grammatical language, a visual language, a cultural language, or all of the above. Number 2, it is easy and quick to learn sign language. True or false? Number 3, For a child with hearing loss, speech usually begins immediately upon hearing sounds when they learn sign language between the age of 1 or 2 or never. Number 4, sign language improves cognitive skills, confuses children, cannot be learned at the same time as spoken language, or none of the above. Number 5, parent guides may share their own experience about sign language if asked, true or false. Number 6, from families of PGs, the question, what about sign language is never asked, can be asked, should be expected, or is not an important question.
All right, guys, I am going to stop the recording so we can just fine-tune some of these questions because I think some of them are borderline, and I know that some of you had questions about, well, what about in this case scenario and so forth. So I'm going to stop the recording so we can't spill the beans for future listeners.